From a just broader sales organization perspective, having all of this research and new leads come in, like, that will breathe life into any salesperson. That's some of the most nitty-gritty grunt work that a salesperson often has to do. My name is Andy Feiss. I am the co-founder and CEO of Renterra. We are an end-to-end software platform for heavy equipment rental companies to manage everything that they do. So we worked for a Hireframe for close to a full year, and their mandate was all around helping us with sales research and finding new prospective leads. These equipment rental companies that we work with, a lot of times they are don't have huge public presences. And so our Hireframer helped us do deep research on things like Google Maps, state filings, to help us prospect prospective leads, organize all of that information into a spreadsheet so that we could upload those leads into our CRM to help our sales team ultimately close new business. So before Hireframe, prospecting and this kind of detailed new leads research was done by each rep. They had a target of picking up a few new leads per week, but it was not nearly as organized, not nearly as in-depth, and we weren't able to do nearly the same volume because we didn't have anyone purely dedicated to doing sales research. Bringing on our Hireframer allowed us to first just take that extra bit of work off each of our sales team's plate, and then also, I think, just increase the velocity of the number of new leads we were able to prospect and the richness of the data, because he was focused and got a lot better at finding these types of leads and getting the right information. The hiring process was seamless. We brought the request to Hireframe, and within, I believe it was 1 to 2 weeks, we had our Hireframer in seat researching new leads. The Hireframe team made everything affiliated with onboarding and finding the right person very, very seamless. From a just broader sales organization perspective, having all of this research and new leads come in, like, that will breathe life into any salesperson. That's some of the most nitty-gritty grunt work that a salesperson often has to do, is fine-tune data, try to prospect leads. It's much more fun to go hunting on a list of existing leads. So everyone was always very excited when we would do an upload of leads from our Hireframer. And in fact, a number of the deals that we closed over the last year were originally prospected by our Hireframer. Universal approval from the sales team of all of the efforts of the Hireframer. He did an outstanding job every single day, providing a very clear, concise summary of exactly what he did. He was very honest and transparent with what his work was, and so it made managing him exceptionally easy to just be able to check Slack, see a simple summary of what he knocked out. If we ever wanted to review it or had questions, he was very, very accessible. I was most impressed with the consistency of his efforts. The work he was doing, I think, if one of our employees, we tasked them with it, might have started to slow down in their pace or deteriorated just their willingness to day in and day out commit themselves to that project. If you have a well-scoped project in an area where you could use a set of hands for someone who's very responsible, smart, easy to interact with, couldn't recommend Hireframe enough. It's extremely quick to get up and running, especially for, the roles that are outlined as some of their core competencies.